Hi, welcome to part 4, all about speaking, visibility, presenting yourself, and all of these great things. So as always, and with the other 3 parts, grab a piece of paper and a pen. There may be ideas, thoughts, feelings that you wish to note down and to see what's going on there. So let's do that. Let's see what's happening. Number 1, I want you to regularly and consistently talk about your business. This is a really great inroad to understanding what's going on and if or why or not that you're getting customers. And so often people will come to me and they say, I don't feel like people know who I am, or people are not viewing my work, or they're not coming on my website. And I will always ask them, are you talking about it? Or how often are you talking about it? They're like, well, I shared a blog post about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been on LinkedIn a little bit, but I haven't really done anything. I want you to up all of those things. Become the consistent person. Be regular. Have that sense that people feel like they know you and they know about your business, and so you can show up regularly. Number 2, completed full circle moments. So often when I talk to my close friends or not close friends, like people I speak to, mums at school, for example, somebody in the supermarket, whatever it might be, many of us are operating in a world where we feel like we are not completing many things. We've got numerous tabs open on our computer. We've got some washing in the washing machine. We've got some hanging up. We've got some that hasn't even made it to the washing machine. We are not completing things. And however on it, for example, with my washing I'm never like, okay, then it's done. That's it. There will always be a moment of I said I would change the beds and now I've got to do another whitewash. It's always a continuum. And so what we're looking to do when we are helping people, when we are looking to be useful and valuable, is we can close tabs for people. We can create full circle moments. And one way I do this is I do series of 5 points. So whatever happens, somebody can say, listen to 15 minutes of one of these videos, have 5 points to go away with, and spend 3 minutes on each, and it's done. It's okay, well, I've taken 5 actions today based on this video. And equally, I can just come on here and I can tell you a story for 15 minutes. But that might be, if it's not structured, useful to you. It's just a nice to have, listening to a story. So I want you to notice this in your content. Are you completing things for people? Are you actually guiding people through a process? Are you helping people out? Are you giving people a takeaway here? Have a think, have an explore, consider what you may do there. Number 3, are you being clear and useful? If you feel that when I say that, you answer it in a I'm not really sure what I'm talking about here, that's on you. That's for you to go, right. If I'm saying that, and if I'm saying it consistently, it's time for me to take a step back and actually look at what the heck I'm saying. If your messaging is not clear to you, how is it going to be clear to a potential client, somebody who stumbles across, somebody who wants to tell their friend because they might like you in real life and be like, oh, this person's doing this. You want to make it really, really clear. And this is something very practical you can do. And if you have an about page, for example, you can send it to people. Does this make sense to you? Is it really obvious what I do here? Do you know what you're signing up for? Ask people to look for the gaps, the flaws, the fuzzy bits, the woolly bits, and really get into the detail. Number 4, I want you to hold that space for people to implement. And one of the things that I will always make sure that I do in terms of speaking, especially if I'm teaching something, I will always show people how possible it is. I will always be open. I will always be candid. I will always answer questions in a really thorough manner. And if there are additional resources I can send, I will be that person to send them. Because the great thing about that is when people feel like it's possible, they actually do something about it. I was saying to a friend the other day, I really believe that our dreams are only as big as the belief in ourselves. And so if somebody is coming to me wanting to learn how to do something, but they don't necessarily believe it's possible, they're not going to move forward on that. And so if they see somebody right in front of them saying, oh, I did this, and then I did that, and then this happened, and then this was the next step, they suddenly have that ability to go, well, maybe I could then. They've shown me behind the scenes. Actually, it's not going to be as difficult as maybe I thought it would be. We tell ourselves so many stories. So whatever your industry, whatever you specialize in, show people how easy it can be, how you can guide and support people through your content, but also in your work as well. Number 5, seeing the potential in the person before they see it in themselves. This is so important. And this may be a coach, it may be a parent, it may be a friend, it might be somebody in a book club, it might be somebody you met once and they just really saw you and held space for you, whoever that person is. Leading on from my previous point, we have to show people what's possible, and we have to give that belief to our client and our customer that this is possible for them too. And it's interesting when I think about, how I parent, for example. I know my kids very, very well. I grew them myself. And occasionally we come up against situations, of course, because this is life. We're learning, we're figuring it out as we go. And one of the things that I do, especially with my elder one, is put things in context. And I think that so often we can see things as standalone things. And we see the standalone thing and it's like, well, it's just over here. And actually, when we connect it back to all the other elements, there's possibilities in there. There's a bigger why, there's a bigger reason, there's other things that we can draw on, for example. And I love that moment, especially with a one-on-one client where they're saying, but could I do this? Could this work for me? And me just having that confidence that they absolutely could do this is really special, really brilliant. And honestly, it's just such a joy. If you want to find out more, come on over to Speak Up. All the details are down below. If you want one-on-one time, I would love to help and support you. Again, the details are down below. Lots of love. Bye.